can watch them. They're well made and really funny.
Thank you.
Post down, post down.
Remain calm, penguins. You are now under the protection of the North Wind.
Private, dibble me.
I'm an outlaw. I'm an outlaw.
We're not going anywhere with you.
Voice of work, the characters, the stuff I did in the Hobbit all came out of movement and motion capture, so it's obviously very different. You move with one like this.
Yeah, it is funny. It's genuinely funny. You know, they're really fantastically realised characters in the only 9 minutes I think they have of screen time in the original films, and it's great to have them front and centre. And the dynamic of the group is stretched, and the characterisations are just sublime, and it's a sort of recognisable, if new, thing at the same time. So it's kind of comforting to see them again and on a much larger scale. And yeah, and they have a full world to play out their adventures on this time as well, and it's. Yeah, no amount of imagination or effort is wasted in making sure that they just kind of explode everywhere.
The North Wind is an elite undercover interspecies task force dedicated to helping animals who can't help themselves.
A bit of Timothy Dalton in the voice. I recognised, actually. I didn't intentionally do it, but I just heard a little bit of, you know, get into the car. You know, he's a very sort of serious Bond that he had. Timothy, you know, he's a classical actor. He'd done lots at the RSC before he got the gig. And anyway, yeah, so that sort of went into my head a little bit. But there's no Roger, and there's not. I'm going to do all my bad Bond impressions now. There's no Daniel, and there's no Sean Connery either. No, he's nothing. There's not that sort of very manliness to him. He's much more sort of English. And also, you know, every time you sort of cut away from a moment of action with him, you see him sort of having an espresso with his little pinky of his paw sticking up. You won't get that in a Bond film. So.
Never done it for animation, and it was fun, challenging, because you just have a script, really, and a blank wall. So I don't know what I'll get. The operas are done. I still do my clothing line, and right now I will be looking forward to preparing a piece with a Russian pianist, a wonderful young Russian pianist called Ksenia Kogan. So I'll have my book with me today to prepare our adaptation, which we'll do. The first show will be in Seoul, South Korea, with the Korean National Orchestra mid-January. Thought it was just a very good idea.
How did you become an octopus?
Oh, easily.